Hi friends, Kat Matlock here for Free Body. And today we're going to begin with a series of practices for lengthening and strengthening around the lumbar spine. So I was moved to create this series and offer it because I see a lot of folks who have low back pain and dysfunction doing a lot of misguided core strengthening. So yes, you need a strong, stable core. And sometimes if you're doing a lot of crunches or sit-ups, you actually might be making the situation worse because you might be shortening this front body, lengthening the low back, tucking the tail under, and perhaps reinforcing a pattern that got you into pain in the first place. So you want to be also strengthening the back body, the back muscles, the erector spinae and quadratus lumborum. So our practice today is very simple, and I want you to only go as far or deep as your body says it's okay. Go for pain-free range of motion and then go a little bit deeper each time. So the first side I'm going to do facing forward. The second side I'm going to do facing sideways so that you get two different angles, okay? One other piece to mention is that we want to lengthen not just the front ribs when we're reaching, but also the back ribs so that both are rising equally. Front and back ribs rising up equally so that you're not going into a back bend or going into a tuck either way, okay? So we're going to start with the right leg back and the left foot forward. And we want a little space. Feet stay hip distance apart. Right leg forward, left leg back. Now you're going to take your left hand, place it on your low back, just comfortably behind you, and your right arm is going to reach up to the sky. Now, actually, I want to say also make sure that your hips are level, because if you have one side that sits higher than the other, it might be an indicator to you that you actually have a tendency to stand on that hip, and that might also be contributing to your low back dysfunction. So you want to keep the hips level and both hips facing forward, not in a twist in either way. Both hips forward, hips nice and level. Left hand to the low back, right arm reaches up to the sky. And reach the right arm up, lift like you're trying to reach something just out of reach. And then remember to also lift the back ribs. Can you kind of fill up the low back ribs and reach them up to the sky as well, getting taller, getting longer, tractioning that spine. Right arm is up, left leg is forward. One more breath here, push both feet into the floor, get as long and tall through your whole spine as you can. Now we're gonna do just a little tiny side bend. Little side bend to the left, opening the right side, and then back. Little tiny side bend to the left, opening that right side and back. One more time, little side bend to the left, opening the right side and then back. Keep the right arm reaching, little bend in the left knee. Now we're going to add more strengthening. We're going to start to bow forward, keeping the length through the front and back of the spine. Bowing forward, reaching, keeping the length through the front and back spine. Bow forward, and you can go just a little bit. It could just be just a little bit. Feel those muscles engage. Or you could come all the way down so that you're even parallel to the floor. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Forward and up and forward. Little bend in that left knee and up. Great. Our last movement here is to reach that right arm forward at shoulder height. Take the left hand off the back now, place it on the left lower ribs. Keep the length, front and back ribs right, literally like lifting your rib cage up out of your pelvis, and then you're going to gently twist to the left and back. And the right arm reaches forward, left ribs reach back. And we're going to do that 3 more times, hydrating, flooding those discs. We squeeze them out, we're like wringing them out, and then they flood with fresh fluid. Let's do one more just for fun. Turn, reach, and then back. Drop your arms, roll your shoulders, switch legs, left leg goes back, Right leg is forward, feet hip distance apart. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see this one from the side. So feet hip distance apart, nice and comfortable. Press both feet into the floor. Right hand comes to the back, left arm reaches up to the sky. Both front and back ribs are rising up. Imagine the whole of your rib cage lifting up and away from the pelvis. Little side bends to the right, opening that left side. Little side bends to the right, opening that left side. Do 2 more times. Side bend to the right, open the left side. Last one, side bend to the right, open that left side. Now start bending that right knee just a little bit, okay? And then bowing forward, building strength in the back muscles. Come a little forward. Notice that my spine doesn't change. Notice that as I come forward, I'm not rounding. I'm taking, the movement comes from the movement of the pelvis tipping forward, and my back muscles are working really hard to hold my body upright, up. And then one more time, bow forward, and then come up. Now that left arm comes forward at shoulder height, and we start to twist, keeping the length through the spine. 5, right hand to the ribs, 4, left arm slides forward, 3, keeping that length, 2, and one more twist, and release the arms, roll the shoulders, and we're going to do a little bounce. So you're going to step your feet kind of wide, last part, and you're going to just bounce, okay? And the bouncing is actually really, really healing. It's one of the #1 things to do if you have a herniated disc or a problem in your lumbar spine, especially because that little bounce remember I said we were wringing out the discs? Well, now we're compressing to flush them out, and then the discs respond by flooding with fresh fluid. So super hydration for the spine. We're going to keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step the feet back toward each other. Big breath in. Great. So that's our lengthening and strengthening the lumbar spine practice for today. I'm going to be releasing some more videos in this series. So click the subscribe button, click like if you liked it, leave a comment below. Please let me know how this practice helped you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.